episode of Fatebreakers Retold.
This is going to be session.
It's technically, I think, 16, because we had an extra session that was epilogue that I lost.
No, this is session 17. Last session was session 16.
Oh, well, I need to get my numbers fixed then.
Yeah. What's fucked up is that I already had the recap done ahead of time, but with me being sick 2 weeks ago and then still being sick last week, had to postpone for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Not to
Anyway, besides,
mention the star of the show is gone.
that's why I lost it, because Twitch auto deletes VODs after 2 weeks. And
damn, bro,
I thought I
you
had
don't
archived it, and I didn't. So
you don't save your fucking bonds, bitch.
I
Put them on a
do to
drive.
YouTube.
All
You
right.
also put them on a OneDrive or a USB.
Why the
I
fuck
don't
would you
have.
put it in OneDrive?
Yeah,
I don't
OneDrive
know. I'm
doesn't
just
host a
offering
lot of data, my
any.
friend, unless you pay for it.
Anyway, just to reintroduce to the audience, I am the dungeon master for this campaign. I am the Capricorn Demon. You may find me at Capricorn Demon on Twitch. But with that being said, let's go ahead and go through the recap from session 16, regrouping and reconnecting. A couple days after the events that transpired in Rockville and Luce, the small town is in a state of repair as the surviving citizens are escorted to the neighboring towns for the time being until Rockville is repaired. Most of them have found themselves taking shelter in Luce and thus crowding the capital's third ring. During this time, our heroes are doing the best that they can with ensuring everyone has a smooth transition from their long voyages, as well as getting accustomed to their new homes. Bervigi goes out in search of Dandelion to use to summon the goddess of goblins, Galia, or Gala. I fucked that up already. And as he returns, he walks beside Boventor and Tavern, who have news for the group at Maxilon's Manor. Once everyone is grouped into the living room, Boventor and Tavern, along with a crew member of Captain Zada's ship, debrief them as to what has been happening in the other continents of the world. Scouts have been sent out to investigate. The scout sent out to Frostnir has now reported back and is most likely presumed dead. The scouts sent to Naturia reports of decaying and magicless spaces appearing throughout the continent and the roots of the world tree slowly becoming sick. Yet the Mage of Life and the scholars of the World Tree say they aren't able to sense the disturbance or what it could be. Benny's family, the Myers, have retreated from their vacation home and vineyard to the main estate further inland. The Hollow Widow crew member informs the heroes that Maxwell escaped the crew's watch during a severe storm at sea. Using a lifeboat, his whereabouts are unknown whether he survived or not. The scout from Flargos describes the continent in disarray as civil war breaks loose by a rebel group aiming for lawful control over the continent in comparison to the Major Flame Iris's chaotic rule of the land. The volcano, due to the corruption, is beginning to die down, become dormant, thus slowing down production of weapons and artificer advancements. Last thing to report is an eerie human-like creature flying around the northern towns in Lytera, and they don't doubt it's one of Wagner's experiments. Before they leave, they tell the party that Marygood has gifts to bestow upon each of them for their brave efforts. Before heading out, the party debate on which continent they want to travel and help to first. They want to help first between Naturia and Flargos. Shrew and Ink suggest they go to Naturia with their concern being for the future of magic, while Maxilon and Benny suggest they go to Flargos with their reason being technology is the new magic and the old traditional ways are bound to completely change with time. Lucy, Arya, and Brevigi remain neutral to the decision. They decide to leave the debate for the they decide to leave the debate for now to instead head for the Castle of Light to receive Marygood's gifts and to put a stop to Wagner's experiments and Cillian's plans. Once they received their gifts from Marygood, all of which were put into thought from her as added protection on their journey. Majority of our heroes go out to spend time with their loved ones. Benny and Lucy head over to a newly formed restaurant run by Carrie and Riley. Riley greets the both of them, letting them know she's been better now that she has a job, and takes Lucy away from the inner walls to the farmlands for a surprise. Benny, in the meantime, catches up with Carrie as she brainstorms names for the restaurant. They have an emotional conversation about how much Benny has grown away from her family ties and from the scared girl she found years ago. Lucy and Riley come together in a small apple orchard where she surprises Lucy with a rendezvous of old friends. Shmovin, Raimbia, Munitan, Jira, Gala, and Belota all meet up for their fellow, now former goddess. They share an apple feast since they know Lucy loves apples and just spend time to cheer her up knowing she's been through a lot. Maxilon heads over to his parents' smaller estate in Luz to meet with his family. Once inside, he is escorted by a maid towards his parents' master bedroom, where he has an emotional conversation with his father, saying of how proud he is of the man Maxilon has become and the amount of sacrifice he's put into the family's name. He then meets with his brothers out in the yard practicing their fencing, as they explain to him their struggles to try and make rank in the Lytera army. Maxlon gives them a pep talk and a 2v1 lesson on life, to always push forward even when the stacks are against them. The brothers manage to overcome him and thank him for the lesson, which finally Maxlon goes to see his sister, sound asleep for the moment before he lets himself in and wakens her. She hugs her brother, and even though they exchange witty banter and smiles, she shakes in his arms at the fact that she was nearly kidnapped. She asks him to promise that he will put a stop to Cillian and Wagner and that they will never hurt another person. He promises and gently tucks her back in bed to rest. Elsewhere, Brvigi sets up his ritual to summon Gala. Soon enough, in the least expected circumstances, she does appear before him, but not before spooking him. They share a conversation about their first meeting and why she finds him so important, to which she explains he is unique and intends to see where his path may lead him. She also explains that his unique appearance is not of her doing and that she has no way of undoing it, but he reassures him that he has nothing to be ashamed for. With those kind words, a bit more weight leaves his chest, and the two of them head off for a tavern where Gala promised to train him in the pillow activities. To which we now cut to now, with Beaker being escorted by Hera to the dungeons beneath the Castle of Light. Wish I had some music for this, but or you know what? Let me, since I'm not streaming, I might as well do it. Beaker,
Hello?
yes, my friend.
Oh, cool. You can hear me. I was worried how this
Yes,
how
I
much
you need to
volume.
raise up your volume a bit though.
This any good?
Raise it up a bit.
You went in the opposite direction on me.
Yeah.
Can you stop speaking to us from across the room?
Hello?
Hello.
He's getting farther away.
Can't
Ah,
be possible. The mic is right next to my face.
Little man. Little baby boy.
I kind of hear
So
him normally now.
They took them from us.
Hold on, I'm just gonna raise up his volume. Speak now.
Hello, hello?
I'm gonna raise him up a bit more again.
Bibbidi bob.
You sound muffled.
it's like it's like hearing someone speak from the other side of a door.
Okay, I'm gonna try something.
Well,
Hello?
Try it again.
now,
Oh,
Okay,
there
that's
you
a bit
are.
better.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's better.
Here we.
I use like headphones.
Are you using those Apple headphones?
No, I'm using dollar headphones I got from a CVS
That
when I was
is.
stuck in California.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my.
would explain a lot.
That would.
Fuck the skull candies. Damn you.
The skull
What?
candies.
No,
So,
wired headphones.
Yeah, that's what skull candies were. I bought them for $15. They came in a shitty tube. They lasted for 2 days.
That makes sense.
And I did that every day in high school.
Alrighty. Beaker, so you're descending down into dark, uh, the jail cells of the Castle of Light. Of course, being underneath the castle, this is the darkest, or at least one of the darkest places you've ever experienced, aside from the Undercity back in Loose. Tell me, Beaker, are you nervous?
Enough. No. You say, I know I must have been known these people. But currently I don't really have any solid memories of them.
Hmm. Well
You
then,
never did tell me what they did to end up in jail.
well, from our understanding and from our intel, the two that we have locked up here are simply put, let me look back at the messages. Okay. One's a pyromaniac or an arsonist, and the other one is just a brawler. Just straight up gets into fights with everybody to the point where he has filled whole hospitals with bodies.
Well, that doesn't sound very reassuring.
Damn.
Well, you'll come to see them, surely enough. As you finally get to the base, you come to see that the only source of light that you see around here are just blue flames uh, that blend in with the darkness, but give enough light to at least give some sort of vision in front of you. They make sure to make it apparent that if ever there's to be an escape, they wouldn't know where they're heading towards, since everything else seems to just be a vast void to nothing. The only thing that's lit are just the jail itself, the cells, and the bridge that you're taking to get to the main door.
Interesting setup. Very thorough.
I mean, there's only a fitting punishment, and that in Loose is if you commit crime, this is where you end up, or at least one of the jails that you end up, down in the underground with the darkness.
The
And as you go through the main door, the guard standing there behind the reception desk uh, looks over to you and he says, "Please dispose of any weapons right here in this crate."
All right. Beaker sort of shuffles awkwardly and pulls out a dagger, pulls out another dagger, a third dagger, a fourth dagger, a fifth dagger, his rapier, short bow, and 40 arrows. He looks to the guard. I counted those arrows. I'm gonna want them all back.
The guard is just a little bit bamboozled as to how is it possible for you to carry all that shit on you. Don't worry, we'll keep them in safeguard. Now come along, Beaker. We must be on our way for to meet your friends.
As Beaker passes, he does the whole finger pointing at his non-existent eyes and pointing at the guard.
The guard is confused because since you technically don't have eyes, he does it right back to you, but he points his fingers higher to his forehead and then to your brain.
Racism.
Beaker just nods and falls after the guard. Who? I'm with the. Dang, it's been so long, I forgot her name.
Her name's Hera. She's the right hand of Marigood, the main healer with Tavern, Boventor, and Max during the time of war. So she is a high class mage.
Ah, okay. Hera, gotcha.
Yep. Not Farah, Hera with an H.
Hera.
Hello.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, so Beaker follows after Hera, keeping in step.
You follow Hera, and then you descend a few more steps, or a few more stairs, at least two, to get to a second bottom level. And you come across a small cell, but from your understanding of like how prisons work, they're meant to be uncomfortable, of course, but the way that this cell is shaped to be is more fitting for the kind of people that are in here. Well, unfortunately, this is as far as I could take you. Luckily, you do get at least a pretty big space to see them through the cell. The kind of barrier that's separating them from you are like the bar system. It's not a door, so it's interlocking bars, keeping them uh, behind. And as you peer into the shadow, you do see one very muscular short figure and a smaller one, a woman from the silhouette. As Hera looks in and points, "Hey, you two. There's someone here who would like to see you." And then the two of them look over to the only light that's ever shining into the cell, and you can't see them yet, but their eyes kind of widen as they stare at you, and they begin to very slowly walk towards the bars, and you see a big shirtless goblin and a goblin smaller than you, but with like very matted hair, most likely because of she's not been able to keep it under wraps during her time in prison. Kind of.
Beaker is gonna say something before anyone and says, "Hello there. I was told that I know you from somewhere."
The bigger one of the two speaks up. Can it be? Is it really you? And then the smaller one. Beaker? It's you, isn't it? But what are you doing? You gonna get us out? Oh my god, where you been?
Oh, geez. I came down here to see you, but I'm not. I don't fully remember who you are, even though you clearly know who I am.
The smaller goblin looks a bit infuriated at that as she takes like a couple blinks, a pause, and then like climbs the bars and is like staring straight at you. The hell do you mean? What do you mean you know who we are? It's me, Torpedo, and Gums. Yeah, Beaker, you don't recognize us? Beaker, go ahead and roll 1d100.
Hey, come on.
Merp.
Come on, Beaker. If there's any time for you, this brain to activate, it's now. Or
I whip
1D 100. What? Wait, is it slash R or R slash on roll 20?
Slash R.
Oh, I didn't put a space. All right, here we go.
Yeah, you need to put a space.
81.
Uh, Beaker, as you hear their names and you begin to process their appearances, uh, the gears within your body begin to turn, and it causes your brain to throb,
To spark
and
up.
you have spark, and you have flashes of memories from way back during your criminal days, as two uh, white figures begin to fill in the form of the muscle of the old crime gang Gums and the arsonist and uh, frenzied one in Torpedo. You would understand their specialties to the group, with of course Gums being the muscle and Torpedo just outright finding any sort of reason to let out any sort of fires or explosives onto anyone that crosses her wrongfully. The one thing you also notice that as they sit here is that Torpedo does not have her big hat, and Gums doesn't have his goggles. Probably things that they kept from them as they now sit here in prison. You're also remembered of like your most well-known crimes with them. From Gums, of course, sending multiple guards to the infirmary, as well as Torpedo blowing up an abandoned factory, a firework factory for that matter.
He was extra pyromania that day.
Torpedo now smiles at like, see, I knew you remember us. Now what are you doing with her? Get us out of here.
Uh, yeah, Beaker shuffles a bit. I'm sorry. At the moment, I'm currently under. What's a good way to put this? How under watch.
Yes, Beakers is currently under watch, and he'll be under our protection for the time being. So, unfortunately, this reunion is simply as it is, just a visit. You will not be leaving your cell anytime soon, the two of you. Torpedo again looks very mad. What? Beaker, are you siding with them now? After everything we've done together? Says Gums.
Beaker replies, I apologize, but until I even got into this country, I didn't remember who you were. Whatever happened, it scrambled my memories. And when I found people, I was put into an adventuring party after they fixed me up.
Mm-hmm. Torpedo starts to growl like, you, Beaker, you? And then Gums picks up Torpedo by like the shirt. Like, no, no, Torpedo, don't you remember? We lost Beaker. We lost Beaker in that last heist, remember? That carriage wreck? Well, yeah, and then we thought Beaker died. We couldn't find Beaker at all. So then why are you getting upset? Beaker said that he got repaired, but I guess some things didn't get repaired completely. Gum says, looking upset, looking at you.
Be- Beaker sees that and is also kind of like confused. I mean, like he remembers the wreck, but dying? I mean, that kind of sounds right, but also wrong at the same time. I I'm sorry. I tried to see if I could liberate you by doing some good deeds for the Lytera. Unfortunately, those weren't enough.
At least for the time being. You still have more to repent, especially for the amount of crimes that you and your gang from the past have committed throughout the world.
Beaker looks to Gums and Torpedo. We did a lot. If they're really not willing to let you guys out.
I mean, yeah, don't you remember? Again, I am the hothead. I make everything go boom, remember? Like how I want to make you go boom right now for just standing on the other side. She still looks pissed.
I'm sorry, I can't do much from where my current position. I'm trying my best. Though I guess that's not good enough in this situation we find ourselves in.
Torpedo. Let Beakers handle this. Besides, we don't have the others here. We don't know where they are. Mm. Torpedo looks down on her luck. Is there anything else you want to say to them, Beakers, before we go? Again, you have this time to speak to them, but if there's nothing else that you would say, unfortunately, we'll have to cut it short.
Beaker looks to Hera and says, "Are you sure I couldn't just leave them something before I go?"
She raises an eyebrow. Like what?
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Like, Beaker holds out a little bell.
A bell?
Yeah. It, it, like, when Beaker looks at this bell, he kind of. He feels like he's used this before for heists involving the gang. And he turns. Well, I'm pretty sure Torpedo's looking away from him. He turns, looks to Gum, and says, "I use this to signal you, like, to show that I was still around, even when you couldn't see me, right?" Looking to Gum.
Gums goes ahead and reaches through the bars and grabs the bell. Yeah, wait, I remember. This was like your warning call. Whenever you were always like a scout for us, but you were also a technician. You being the most advanced out of all of us.
Beaker taps on his lip dome. "I am mostly brain up here."
That you are.
Like, Beaker looks to see and to pass, like, to see if giving the bell was okay. Was it?
She's not saying anything about it. At least for her, it just looks like a normal bell.
All right. Then yeah, Beaker is just gonna say, like, if you hold on to that, know that I'm doing my best to liberate you from this cell. So even if you don't can't, even if I'm not here, know that I'm trying my best for the gang. Always, always for the gang. Like, and when Beaker says that, like, there's a bit of static, but it goes away. And before he finishes off, he says, "You said there were others. Who are they?" Like I said, my memory isn't the best at the moment.
The two of them turn to each other and then turn back to you. You have been out for so long, haven't you, old friend? Let's see here. Going back to this. Put down in our DMs the name of the other two, not the main one. I recognize her name. You mean that fine gentleman, handle mustache fucker, and then the buff one, the second buff one. That one goblin. You're one goblin right there. That's like the fucking gambler. He makes me feel like, what a distinguished gentleman. Very distinguished, very demure. Of course, that's his name.
I'm gonna say it. He tried to introduce a foreign currency.
A
One he
form of
made up.
currency.
No, yeah. He called it Gawbucks.
Of course he did.
Oh, you're talking about Gam. Okay. I got you now. Anyway, Gums looks over to you and he goes, well, we're still missing Yard, Gamble, and Queenie. Yeah, we don't know where they are. I was just glad that this big oaf was here with me. Is Torpedo.
Speaker lets the names roll around his in his little brain case. Do those bring up any memories?
Roll 1d100 again.
All right. Come on, Beaker. You're a brain in the jar. You can do this. Go, Beaker. Go, Beaker. Fuck.
You don't know shit.
Yeah, Gums and Gambles kind of see Beaker's brain spark and then get fall back as it cracks across his head.
All three of them, Torpedo, Gums, and Hera, have to put their arms in front of their faces just to avoid those sparks. Are you okay, Beaker? Is Hera.
I'm fine. It happens. It's not the worst. It's gotten better.
Well, at least you didn't break this time, so that's a plus. Hey, you tin can. Is Torpedo.
Uh, who, Hera or me?
Torpedo.
No, did she say that to me
Yes,
or? Oh,
is Hera a tin can? Is she made out of metal?
I mean, she's wearing full armor, I think.
She is not. She's a mage. Why would she be wearing full armor?
Oh, dang. I, well, in my head, I had thought she was a knight. Anyway, Beaker turns to Torpedo. Yeah.
Couple things. One, you better find us a way out. Because I'm getting tired of this, Beaker. It's also dark and dank, and me and Gums have not seen everybody. It's like the saddest that Torpedo has looked this entire time. and you better find the others, so that way we could regroup and just, I don't know. We could either do it all over again or just be quiet for a while, but at least not behind bars.
Yeah.
And come back to your senses, man. I miss our Beaker.
Like, Beaker nods at what Torpedo says. Just nods. I think we're done here.
All right then. Well, say your goodbyes then. It's the nice thing to do.
Okay. Beaker just says to Gums and Torpedo. It might be hard to believe, given my current state, but I'm not going to forget about you guys. I will get you out of here. For the gang. For the scrappers.
They nod, smile very faintly. For the gang, for the scrappers. And they reach out to try and at least give some sort of affection towards you, just putting hands on your shoulders before letting you go.
Yeah. Beaker nods. And once Hera's ready to leave, Beaker will follow.
All right, you go ahead and follow. And as you walk beside Hera again, she looks down at you and she goes, I'm sorry if that was rough. I know that I'm not much help in this case because of having to abide law. But I hope you understand that there's really no other way around this case.
I just have to do what I can. And hopefully
The gang
I
has a
can
plan.
get
They
enough
just need money.
goodwill that maybe I can convince Mary Good to let them out. I don't think I don't think they're bad folk. Just reckless. Kinda dumb. But then again, I'm not much better.
She giggles and she looks down at you and she goes, I mean, you did used to run with them, even though you don't remember, so yes, you do fall under that bunch.
When they get to the guard station, Beaker uh, is looking at him, and saying, "All right, I'm here. I'm gonna count all my arrows." I
Hmm.
are you gonna let? Are you gonna give it to me? Come on.
Yep. He goes, oh, yeah, here you go. Here's all 40 euros. He didn't touch them.
Yeah, all right. And also the rest of my stuff.
He gives you those too.
And now Beaker makes sure to count them.
Why the fuck are you all naming me a wizard racist? The fuck?
Wizard racism.
What did I do?
We're
It's what
simply
you
having a
didn't do.
discussion of how wizards could get heavy armor proficiency. Don't mind us.
It's what you didn't
Okay.
do.
Don't mind us. We're just being silly.
By not being punk ass bitches.
Oh, shut the fuck up, boy. Little bitch boy. Anyway, you go ahead and retrieve your things, and then you go ahead and just bid your farewells to the guard and then anyone else around. As you head back to the elevator, Hera looks at you and goes like, "If there's anyone you need to try and convince in order to let them out, it's me. I am her advisor, Marigood. And unfortunately, Marigood, as at the current moment, besides having to deal with the current state of the world, is still grieving over the loss of her child. So I have to take up majority of the responsibilities."
Beaker, okay, I'm gonna note that down. I don't think I ever was ever told that. And in response, Beaker is saying, "Well, here's hoping I can do that sooner rather than later."
A thought crosses Hera's mind as she looks over to you again. "I'll give you one opportunity to convince me in order to free your friends. And that is if you and the others could be able to stop both Wagner and Cillian and put an end to this whatever it is that they're doing."
Oh, oh. Well, all right then.
Simply put, you bring me a much greater criminal in comparison to the others, and I'll go ahead and free them.
That sounds like a deal to me.
Hmm.
Take replace some small fish with a bigger one.
Exactly.
So I don't think that anything the scrappers did qualifies them as small fish.
I mean, the scrappers were not humanoid experimentalists, let alone wanting to control the world, now were they?
Fair. Good point. And one in my favor. Though
Exactly.
I'm not really quite. Hold on. I'm still dealing with some memory flashbacks. Did the big one Gums really beat a guard with another guard?
I don't know much of the details about the crime, but I did hear that body parts were being smacked upon other body parts. So a leg over a head.
Everyone's so
Yes.
mad he hit a motherfucker with another
Hmm.
motherfucker.
He must have been good at arm wrestling then. And that's Beaker's takeaway from that. Wait, wait, I'm realizing something. Where did I put the raccoon?
I think it's back at home.
Okay, all right then. Yeah, then Beaker will just follow Hare out of the prison then.
Alrighty, and you follow her out to prison. And yeah, that will be where we end off, at least with you. So we did Benny, we did Max, we did Jiraki, Ink. During this passing period, at least for until you guys regroup again, is there anything that you wish to do?
I mean, will we need any will we need like passports or anything to go to Flargos, or are we going really inconspicuous or something?
Fucking passports don't exist in this freaking world. They don't have a goddamn system. I mean, fucking pirates just go in and out
How do
whenever
they?
they want.
Well, how they get Beaker's crew then?
They're criminals.
Hmm.
Yeah, county lines mean nothing to goblins.
Um, I'll be really real. I uh I don't think there's nothing it can do unless I think, oh yeah, now I remember. They wanted to give uh Max's sister something.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me you wanted to do that. Okay. Flunky.
Hey,
And then there's Flunky.
It's gonna have
he's
to be the
dead.
two of you.
It's
It's gonna be the two of you since fucking Ink doesn't know the way to your family's estate here.
I know my way.
Yes, just point up the L's on both your hands to just try to find directions.
Listen. If I've been hanging around the place long enough, I think I have an idea of where people generally are.
I thought they were in a different estate.
It's two separate buildings.
It's two separate estates. It's not the same one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You got all right. You're right. I thought we were still at Max's place.
No, you are in Max's place,
We
but the
are,
estate
but if
that-
you want to talk to his sister, she's in a different location.
All right. Where is that location again?
Well, that's why I
You
called
gotta
for
talk to
Flunky.
Max.
The
Yeah,
that's
why I
Zoroaster
called for
you're
Flunky.
looking for is in a different estate.
You can't take me to a second location.
I'm sorry, Mario, but our princess is in another castle.
That's what I was referencing.
Where is Max right now?
Training yard.
All right. I'm guessing just shooting cans or some shit.
No, just running.
I don't believe you.
Cardio is important.
It is.
All right, so they just see. How
Hey,
well
man,
do you run
when
on a prosthetic? I need to know for my own
you
sake.
don't run well, that's why you do it, so you get better at it. He
All
just
right,
got a
so-
new prosthetic. He's getting used to it. So
They
he has
just-
to run.
All right, well, they just appear in a puff of smoke by the, I guess, track.
Something like that. He's just running circles around the yard.
Okay. Max!
Oh, give me a second. Couple more lives. I was trying to do the
Fuck.
Doppler effect.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, he stops jogging and walks over to you.
Question. Where's your sister?
I assume she's at the family estate. What for?
I got something to give her. They just say it really flat.
Great character moment.
All right. I could take it to her.
Please.
Maxilon, you feel a chill. You say you were training, right?
Yeah.
You feel a chill and you feel your the sweat around your body freeze, and then immediately evaporate because of like evaporation and just natural occurrences.
Sweat. Hold on. He's like sweating and suddenly it just steams.
It freezes.
It froze and then it evaporated and turned to steam because it's Arya.
What the fuck?
As she's just laying there sunbathing in the way only Arya can, as she's looking up at the sun, she just says to you, Maxilon, you look like you needed to clean off, so I thought I'd help you out.
Well, thank you, I suppose. Anyway, I'd be more than happy to take something to her for you.
Yeah, but I was hoping to kind of give it to him personal.
This is going to
Yeah.
sound rude, and I don't mean it to, but why?
Because she went through something really traumatic, something I understand, as they just look to Arya, and
Um,
I would like to give them at least a gift to make them feel better.
I, I do appreciate the sentiment, Ink, but I don't know.
They're not lying.
They're telling the truth, Maxilon. It's just all in good gesture.
Okay. Um,
I mean, if it
yeah,
makes you comfortable, do you want me to tag along with you too?
that's unnecessary, Miss Frost. Um, all right, Ink. Give me a moment to get my things in order, and we can head over.
All right.
He's gone for like 15 minutes before he comes back. All proper, like. You know how he is.
They have a box that has holes in it.
Oh, I don't trust anything about that.
You better
Do
not be trying to
you?
get rid of my raccoon.
Don't worry about it. Your raccoon is in a place.
The
But
raccoon is
yeah, they.
currently the raccoon is currently with Arya as she's stroking behind the ears.
I. This isn't in character. I want you to understand the entire concept of this. A homeless guy moves into your house, fucks everything up, and says, "Hey, can I talk to your sister?" I don't trust this at all.
Okay. You could ask Arya to come with me. Come with me, so.
Speaking of which, why the fuck are you wearing a box?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A homeless guy moves into my house, destroys a bunch of stuff, steals a bunch of stuff, paints my gazebo black, and I'm going to ask the random stripper I just met to come with me. Okay.
Man, this sounds like a
Damn!
setup to a really, really good joke.
Wow.
And on that note, does anyone want to play a modern version of this game?
It's
I'm
Don't
fine.
tempt
just.
me.
You have to understand where Max is coming from.
It's fine and it's understandable. That's why are you you're looking at the they're just gonna say in character you're looking at the box a lot.
What's in the box?
It's a gift.
Is it alive?
Yes. And it's a surprise for your sister.
Okay, yeah, that could be like a. Okay,
It's
is it poisonous?
no.
I do not like the hesitation in which you said that.
Okay.
You hear a sound come from the box and it goes meow.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, if you're gonna would you like Arya to come with just to keep an eye? Because it seems like you're trying to back out, and I would really like to give this gift.
I just don't understand. Thank you, bye.
I'm I'm being I am being legitimately sincere in saying this is a gift I want to give them.
It's a lot of people
I-
had this experience happen. Out of all the people you choose to sow sympathy to, why does it have to be my sister?
Because I can understand what it's like to be taken and feel powerless.
He he thinks for a moment because he knows what that's like too.
And
And Arya's
again,
gonna
Before
Ar-
just nodding. All right.
Arya, do you want to come too? Since
I
you
mean, I
want
could come, but I don't want to intrude if it's just gonna be the two of you. I mean, again, this is Maxilon's family.
I don't want to overwhelm her with too many people at once.
I mean, I don't need to meet your sister. Not in any disrespect. It could just be the two of you, since Incubi is the one that's wanting to give her the gift.
Listen, what? I just want to ease his worries. I'm really legitimately trying to just ease this. I just want it to be a nice little surprise.
Okay. All right.
They'll even be kind and loop up their freaking spade tail and sink their horn into their heads just so they look like a half elf again.
We're not racist. What are you doing?
Why is this a theme every single time?
There are tieflings on staff. Like, what are you doing? You don't. That's unnecessary.
This,
Why is
I
this always a theme that brings up with this group, man?
I have no idea. Like, we're not afraid of
I don't
tieflings.
know.
I don't know
They
why
wanna
they're doing this. I don't know.
because this devilish look might as well just make it even easier. They don't. They're doing it. If you want to bring it up, bring it up. They just want to make sure it's as comfortable an experience.
Okay.
It could even be more for them.
Yeah. If it's more for them, that's what it is.
Meanwhile, fucking the raccoon's stealing bagels. No, that's a donut.
Yeah, that's a donut, but he says imagine it's a bagel. Anyway, moving on before we get sidetracked. All
Yes.
right, so it's going to be just Maxilon and Incubi going back to the main Zerestri estate, the one that his family is currently staying in.
How much property do you own, Max? Or, your family owns?
Um, well, there's the three estates, several quarries, a few hundred acres of farmland, several properties within Rockwell, and I have a couple minor businesses here in Luce.
It's probably just for the sake of making small talk. How did your family become, you know, noble?
The quarries. We it was my great great grandfather, uh, Gaius the First, if you would. Um,
Gaius Zerestri the First.
he he was just a farmer, and he found some stone on his land and got a couple of other farmers together to quarry it out, and one thing led to another, and we found more and more marble quarries, and there was a demand for it, and then my great grandfather and my father invested wisely, and that's what it is.
Rock. They just start to look at now the fleshy hand. I would never imagine you mind.
Well, I never had to.
It's your
By the time that I was born, we had several established businesses, several mining companies. Uh, I never had to. My father did send me out for 2 years when I was about 16, uh, just to learn the trade. He felt it was beneficiary for me to understand the plight of our employees. And what those men do is good, honest work. And They are stronger men than me.
Um, Probably, I guess your family's more progressive than I thought.
I
I,
I
I'm,
don't know that we're progressive at all.
I, there are mines back home. Hell, when I wasn't useful in other ways, a lot of us got thrown into some type of mine or the other just to do something with our time.
I'd like to
I
take a
What?
moment to let people
I
know
understand that things
that in about a minute and 30
are
seconds there's going to be an ad
quite
break.
different
If
in the Witherlands, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I wish
You, you're not to blame. Don't worry about it.
I don't think you blame me. I do think that you hold negative opinions on nobles, and I don't blame you from what you've told me, especially from what you've experienced. I don't. I don't want you and I to be enemies. Thank you. I understand that you have had bad experiences with what you consider my kind, and I can't fault you for being wary around me. I can't.
Max, how old is your little sister again?
17?
Okay.
But yeah, if you don't like ads, there's always the ability to subscribe. You can get one free with Amazon
So
Prime, or if you
you
have a
all,
lot of
as you're
streamers, do
talking,
Twitch
you
Turbo.
eventually do come across the Zarestri estate, the main one. And once again, the door is open to the two of you. I
Catch you
and
all
you are
after
in
this ad
fact
break.
greeted by a tiefling maid. Good afternoon, Master Maxilon Zarestri. Is this your plus one for this day?
Ah, indeed
Unless
it is,
it's
Amara.
just the
Thank you.
ads getting done.
Very well then. To what do we owe the pleasure of the visit this time?
We've come to speak to Anais.
Yes. Well, come along. Um, it's actually good that you're here because your sister has said that there has been
Oh, those ads
some
getting done. My bad.
occurrences that have been happening at night, but the guards around the estate have not been able to identify anything. But she says she's seen something, so hopefully you and your friend will be able to ease her a bit.
Um, Send word to my father to post
Oh
extra
no, it wasn't.
guard and to hire a mage. Um, I'd like to cut this off at the pass and get any extra protection we can.
Very well then. Well, would you like me to escort you to her room, or would do you already know the way, don't you?
I can find my own way. Thank you, Amara.
She bows and she before she lets you go, like, is there anything that you would like on your way? A drink, perhaps, or maybe a small something to fill your stomachs.
I'm fine. Incubi?
Not at the moment, no, but thank you.
I think we're
Very
quite all
well
right.
then.
Thank you.
She bows before walking off and attending to some other duties. And it takes a little bit of time, considering that this estate is much grander and bigger from the one that they've given you, closer to the Castle of Light. Uh, but you do get to Anais's room.
Oh.
Well,
But I would think you'd want to knock first.
this is for you. Why would I knock?
Alright. I just knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and then you hear Small voice from the other side as she asks, "Who is it?"
Uh, Ink. Uh, we sort of met back in Rockwell.
There's a long pause, but then the two of you hear shuffling. Is so Ink is in front of Max, who is in front of the door, correct?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just needed that correction. So there is a long pause. You do hear shuffling through the room, and maybe a clang or two, before the door just swings open and you see a sword pointing at your face. And
Uh,
there's like this serious look on Anaisa's face as she's like staring down as to like who it is on the other side. But then when she notices you, she's like, "Oh, it's you. Yeah, you're the one that saved me from with Benarif. Oh, I didn't get your
yeah,
name last time."
And so you draw a sword on them, Anais?
She puts a hand on her hip, like, "Can you blame me, especially with everything that's happened?"
if you
Welcome
kept
back,
the
everyone.
dagger, you could pull it out quicker.
Yes, but the sword gives me much more reach and gives me distance to keep myself safe.
Well,
They
she
have met
did find us
Anais.
offensive for several years.
Anywho, I have a gift for you.
A
They hold
gift.
up the box with the holes. Yeah,
She questions it at first, and then she looks over to her brother for reassurance.
He nods.
Uses the sword to gently flip the box lid off.
and inside is a black cat that probably pokes its head out.
Yep. And of course you would know because of course you were there, Max. This is the same black cat that Marigood originally gifted to Ink. That's now popped its head out. Meow, meow.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you're allergic to cats or anything.
She is a bit uh, almost bamboozled by this, but then she uh, hilts her sword and leans it against a wall on the inside of the room before picking up the cat. I'm not allergic. It's I've always thought about having a cat. It's just so surprised that it's. Well, thank you. I I
Yeah,
appreciate it. She's at a loss for words.
yeah. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to cat fur, so I can't really keep them close. Makes my eyes all watery, but it's a. I thought you would like it for one of two reasons. One, um, I would think you'd need, something to make you feel better and understand more than you know what you went through. So, yeah,
Well,
they're
thank you.
just scratching their shoulder and trying not to make eye contact.
Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. The cat is looking at you and it is starting to hiss like hell at you.
Uh,
Probably pissed off that
secondly,
you put it in that box.
secondly, it's a special cat. S- just a little added, what's the word for it? Protection, detection.
Well,
Ah,
looks like I
Having
got
that.
my own.
Oh,
Looks
sorry.
like I got my own little guardian angel here. Then starts paying
Yep.
the cat. The cat starts purring.
It does some it does some tricks and stuff that should, help you out if there is trouble. And as a bonus, if say you're ever in a dire situation, um, I could probably use the cat to talk to you. Or if you need to talk to Max through a secure means or something like that.
If I ever lose my sending stone, I'll definitely have. I'm sorry, is it a boy or a girl?
I I never checked. I'm
Well, either way,
I just
I will definitely rely on them if ever I am in danger.
on that note, as they look towards Max,
Uh, Amara said that you had some concerns, that you had been seeing something.
Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, yeah, come with me. Ah, and Anais, she's still bandaged up, pretty well. Although uh, you're at least just glad that she's able to move on her own accord now, and she's not bedridden. But considering that all your siblings are tough as nails, she still tries her best to ignore the pain in order to carry herself.
She's wincing but trying to hide it. I get it.
hmm She goes ahead and starts walking down the hallway and out towards one side of the courtyard. And she says, as she brings you two along, she stares at one corner of the courtyard, and she says, "So over this side of the courtyard, and over the wall, there is a small hill with a slowly dying tree. And every single night, I can't help but look, and there is a strange figure always standing there. Dark clothing, and it looks elven in appearance, but it is ridiculously tall to be elven, like maybe 10 feet, 12 feet, last if I try to give an estimate. And I
was
just noticed these dark eyes with blue irises.
were they looking at you specifically, or
If
Hold
they
on,
were looking at me,
I'm gonna roll a history or arcana. I just gotta open up the roll 20, see if that pings any bells.
and I
go ahead.
am I allowed to help Max?
If you have proficiency with Arcana or whatchamacallit, Arcana
Uh,
or History, then you can.
oh, Jesus, what's happening?
What the fuck was that noise?
Oh, I'm pulling up roll 20.
Yeah,
Oh, there's the Thrawn link.
I had a Steam game running in the background.
You
What
son
the
of a
hell are you
bitch.
playing?
No, I've actually been alt tabbed over. I haven't opened it since we started, but I'm playing mouthwashing.
Oh,
I've
mouth. Oh,
I've been
Jesus.
seeing that game everywhere.
Yeah, and it was $12, so I bought it. Yeah, I've also been seeing it everywhere, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll buy it."
I
And
mean, that's the same way I only
oh my
bought.
goodness, it's amazing.
I mean, I only bought whatchamacallit, Buckshot Roulette, because I watched Cat playing it.
It's got multiplayer soon.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
it's already here.
Oh, it's already out? Okay, I'm definitely playing that
Because
shit.
I do love shooting myself.
Okay,
Anywho,
game.
then let's go back to some positivity.
Yeah. No,
In game.
mouth. I have mouthwashing open in the background, and I accidentally alt tabbed because I was trying to open.
I have a
Fucking.
+1 in Arcana and a +1 in History. That's all.
Okay, but are you
Gotta.
proficient? Is there a nice filled in circle by the?
Sadly, no.
Okay, then yeah, it's just gonna be a straight roll for Max.
Oh Fuck!
I-
I opened up the old Fatebreakers. I gotta leave this.
He's he's got to run.
He's
Oh
got to
no!
run. He's witnessing Barbarian Max.
No, I was witnessing
Imagine
fucking
if
Darla and Lock the Door at Tickle Bitties, which was the dumbest
that
character name,
was.
if I'm being honest.
Listen,
You
Tiggle
said
sounds
Dara
like
or
a gnome
Daria?
name.
Darla.
Oh, Darla. Okay.
Anywho,
It was
back
that
to
robot that Ink was racist to. And now Ink has a new robot to be racist to.
listen.
AKA
There's
Beaker.
enough. There's enough racism.
Um,
I
I'm gonna do history because I'm a lot better at that.
Alrighty, go
It,
ahead.
fucking, if I have any memory, I got a 6. I don't know shit. It's fine. I didn't need to do all of that.
Yeah, unfortunately, you weren't. You can't. Just by the simple description that she provides, you can't really
Well,
decipher what kind of creature, if any, that could be.
was Ink helping? Can I re-roll that?
I have a. You know what? I have an easier way I can do this.
Go for
All
it.
right, if you want to, okay, fine. If you want, I'll let you re-roll it then. I'll give you this
No,
chance.
I have.
I got a 6 on the re-roll.
Okay, I. Okay,
Jesus Christ.
DM. I got to ask you something.
Yes.
Can I just use? Can I just have? You know how I just use telepathy to just let people see into heads? Could I just project maybe what I see in Anais's head if she allows it?
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna like just say this like when you suggest that she's like I would rather not that happen. I'm not.
Fair
I fe-
enough.
I feel it. Yes. I'm sorry. I just feel like that. What goes on in someone's mind is private, and as special and unique of an ability as that is, I would rather not use stoop in my mind.
Again, fair enough. Just let's just go back to the questions. Like I asked, were they looking at you specifically, or
Well, if they were looking at me specifically, I couldn't completely tell because I think they were just looking in the general direction. I still felt like they were staring daggers, looking at into my room, trying to see me. And I always had that feeling that they were there, even though I was laying down in bed. Maxilon, do you?
It's
I don't,
simple enough.
I don't mean to sound like a little girl, but can you just for tonight see what it is that I'm talking about?
That's what I was going to propose. As I'll just stay on the hill. Sound like something you're interested in, Ink?
mm, it sounds a little too strange to leave alone, so yes.
All right then. Well, again, thank you for the gift. I very much appreciate it, and sorry for pointing a sword at your face.
Mm, let's just let's call it even with the awkward mind reading suggestion.
All right then,
'Cause,
even.
Um, Speaking of the sword thing, move your
Yes.
move your grip up about half an inch.
What? You're gonna really critique me with my sword technique, considering that it's far more superior than yours ever was?
Just saying, if you want to stab someone, you don't want the blade to slip out of your hand.
You do realize that I am bandaged up, correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that being bandaged meant all your training went out the window. My bad.
You're lucky I left the sword in my in my room. Otherwise, the sword that you have on you, I was gonna cut off.
That's, that's why I like knives. You don't have these debates with them.
She threatened me with a knife too.
Psych. I also have
Because he
psychic
knows
knife.
along with our brothers that I would definitely give them all a run for their monies. But thank you again, big brother.
She's correct. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out my cat. And she's
Um,
gonna walk off. Now, the question remains: are you gonna stay in this estate till night falls, as it is currently
Uh,
based on the direction of the sun? It is currently 5 o'clock.
we can go do other things. I was going to ask Amara to pack pack a meal. Because I figured I'd actually go out to the hill itself.
that's that's
You
kind
want to
of a
pack
good
a meal?
idea.
Well, actually, besides your sister now also in good health, your father's also in good health. Still bandaged up, but he's at least walking about.
Where the where the fuck is my jewel?
And as you find Amara and you ask her for some food, she's actually gonna look at you a bit excitedly. Is like, oh, well, if you want food, we do have a special guest in the kitchen that your father and your mother are currently speaking to. Someone from their time.
And who would that be?
Uh, and then she looks a bit puzzled. Well, to the lot of us, we're not completely sure. She's originally a resident from Flargos, but apparently she's found a way to travel here and has able to reconvene with the two. But she's much older, so she's no worry. Besides, your father, the master Zerestri, he seems to have a lot of trust in her. But he says that if you do wish to meet her, that again they are in the Grand Kitchen.
Suppose I'll head there then. Thank you, Amara. Rank?
Um,
Well, I
um,
suppose we have time to burn till tonight.
sure enough. I will, like I said, I'm willing to stay to figure this out.
What are the names, like the first names of your father and mother?
Uh,
Oh, that
Gaius and Justina,
What Gaius is he, the third or the fourth?
third.
Okay,
this annoys me.
Gaius and Justina. Okay. It takes you a moment to get into the kitchen. Again, big ass estate, but you go there and you hear a lot of laughter from the other side. And you hear an unfamiliar voice, especially for you, Max, considering that your father has spoken to you about his war stories to you and your siblings. He's mentioned a few people, but of course you've never met any of these people because, well, he's an older gentleman, and those from his war times have either long since passed or just stayed in their appropriate continents. So the voice that you hear is much um, a bit deeper and gruff, but still speaks in a soft-spoken manner. And you said his
Uh,
name was oh yeah, guy. Okay, I remember now. Um, and this voice, feminine, uh, in tone, says, "Oh, Gaius, look at you. Still getting into a lot of trouble, aren't you? Especially from way back when." Well, you haven't changed a bit at all, have you, old bag? I might have not changed at all, but of course, with my stature, I could still lift you up and punish you as if you were still the child that I helped during those times. And you, Justina, I hope that he is doing good by you. He has always done good by me. Thank you. And as rough as the things have been as of recently, we always seem to bounce back, either from sheer will or just stubbornness, but I guess that's just a Zoroastrian way. Indeed. The door's not open yet if you want to open it.
Oh, well, yeah, he'll push the doors open.
You push the doors open and you see a lot of pots being used on the stove, and no cooks inside, but just the three figures that stand before you. You see, of course, your father, just like your sister, bandaged up. You see your mother, and turning around from facing them, now facing both you and Ink, is the uh, is a very elderly orc woman who wears a very big and very colorful uh, dress. And you have just wonderful smells being lifted into your nose as it fills the room and now starts to leave the kitchen as you open the door.
Let's
Oh, and
go.
this must be your oldest child. Well, hello, my son. How are you?
Very fine. And yourself?
I am doing wonderful. You must be Maxilon.
Indeed. And you are
You may call me Frida.
Frida. Oh, yes. Father has mentioned you several times.
So I've been told. So to give context, Frida is because I'm taking total advantage of the new books, is a orc from Flargos, and being cooked for you right now is a very delicious sweet and spicy sauce with some chicken being boiled into it as well, and served with a side of orange rice.
What dish is it, Cap? Say it.
It's
Actually,
mole.
Mexican orcs.
when it begins,
It begins, bitches. I
I
said I was
speak.
gonna take advantage of this, and I was gonna do it wholeheartedly.
Badass orc grandma, let's go.
Yes, that's right,
Is
badass or
she
grandma.
abuela?
She is abuela orc.
Abuela orc.
She is the abuela orc.
Fuck
If
yeah.
you just need any Spanish words, tell me and I'll tell you.
No, I'm Mexican, man. I know this.
Ah, dang.
Wait, hold on. You're Mexican?
I live in one of the southern states. I know this.
Anyway, before I've been insulted, but anyway, not by
Hey,
you, but the other two.
Hey,
What the hell did I do?
Listen, Jiraki, you knew what you did.
No, not you. The one that forgot I was Mexican, and then this one that says
That
that you're
was a.
Mexican.
I'm not
I was.
Mexican. I just.
Anyway, moving on.
I said not you, damn it.
It's fine. It's a joke. I know you're Mexican.
Yes, I know it was a joke, but I'm just giving you shit.
Zero is
Anyway,
Mexican.
anyway, Frida goes over to you and gives you a big hug in her still very strong as orc arms and gives you a gentle kiss on the cheek. Oh, look at you, mijo. So big and strong and so full of wonder.
Uh, thank you. Um, I have heard quite a lot about
So your father has told? Mm-hmm. I was definitely one of the strongest, if not the most feared in our battalion back in those days. And depending on what we were able to come across in the wilds during our times out in Flargos and or here in Lytera, I always could whip up a good meal.
you.
That you that you did, Frida, that you did.
I worked with a few Flargosians in my unit, the Knights Ignis. Strong, strong men and women. Damn good cooks.
As is everybody, as is by osmosis at this current generation. And who is this? Oh my goodness, so frail. Are you hungry?
I mean, I could eat. They are intrigued by the smells. Not gonna
Well then,
lie.
well then, sit down, my child. What is your name?
I
Uh,
love the typical
you
grandma.
can call me Ink.
Feed everybody that looks small.
Oh, it is nice to meet you, Inka. You could just call me Frida.
Does she just give off the aura of just kind abuela?
Yes, kind of abuela. Just as soon as
Like,
she says like your name all special like and everything, you just feel like a warm, like resonating aura. You know it's not magic because you don't sense anything magic, but you just feel good.
I can't sense magic, but they just very weirdly politely sit down.
Now then, you, in comparison to everyone else in this estate, are very frail, my child, and we need to do something about that. So here, you get the big plate. And she passes you over two chicken drumsticks along with a big half of the plate full of rice covered with the mole.
Oh God, you're making me think of my own grandfather. I hate you. I didn't have the specifically have a chicken and rice. Oh man, fuck! I'm gonna be thinking about that for lunch tomorrow. Fuck you.
And you
They don't even
Max?
have. They have no good places here for Spanish food.
So you
Oh yeah,
definitely
no,
live
it's
in
fucking Connecticut.
I know.
Oh.
We had the same thought.
They have this one place, but it's always fucking like it takes like an hour to get here. Cause
move to a real state. I can walk a block to the elote lady.
Bro, you're like what, like maybe a couple 100 miles from New York?
you could probably get to New York.
Yeah, just do
Mm.
that, just New York. Anyway,
I
Point
have a few
is, they
places.
will eat. They'll just give it a try.
yeah, what are you gonna try first, the rice or the chicken?
Both. I would
You pick up
imagine they.
you pick up one leg and then you go ahead and you take a bite out of it. The chicken is so tender, so warm, and that sauce is equal parts sweet as it is savory and spicy. A perfect balance of everything, perfect harmony, like love in a single bite.
Uh, I'm trying to look up if I can order Spanish food for tomorrow. This is awful.
And you,
I
Max, are you hungry?
He's not, but he's going to say he is because it is rude to not accept food from a
Alrighty
Flargosian.
then.
That's fake.
Now then, Mijo, how much would you like? And just shuffling over, uh, she with a plate goes over and scoops up some rice and then looks over to you. It's a pretty big bird. How much meat do you want?
Pick up a chicken legs
A
for no
large plate,
reason.
please.
Like the sauce Michael made.
Very well then. And she goes ahead and takes out. So you see that there have been like several birds in there. All of like it's a pretty big pot and pretty dense. And she takes out one large bird, takes out a giant ass cleaver, and then cuts and then slaps that shit in half, and then you get a half of a whole chicken.
If Max is anything like myself, he can sit and demolish a Costco rotisserie chicken in about 10 minutes.
This shit is bigger than that of a Costco rotisserie chicken.
God damn.
It's a
Yeah,
they're orcs, boy. What you expect?
I'm gonna be real, dog. I'm gonna put that Ink's appetite is like mine, and they're gonna have some of this food. First, it's gonna be really. They're gonna act very dainty and elegant for like a moment until the food actually hits, and then they just abandon all pretense and eat like they haven't eaten in days.
And that is no
I,
problem with, that is no issue with Abuela Orc, as she
I,
appreciates it when you clean your plate.
I
And she
am,
hands over to you, Max, the big plate of rice and half of a chicken.
I'm so hungry now.
Max eats like a soldier, so it is quick, efficient, and brutal.
Just
You definitely raised
fucking.
them well, Gaius. I mean, your son, and just like your other sons and your daughter, do eat everything off of their plates, which is always a good behavior, good manners. Always finish everything off your plate. Because that way you have enough room for more. Slaps the other half of the chicken onto your plate.
Oh, home slice. It is
Uh,
gone. It is
uh,
gone.
And then she comes around with the pot. She's for real Mexican abuela because she's got no rag to carry that pot. So with her big orc arm, she's just carrying the pot um, in one arm, taking the ladle with the other, and she slaps down some slices of chicken for ink.
oh, that's what my grandma used to do. Fuck, man. She could easily handle it. Even if it was hot, she could do it, take the ladle, and just put the food on. Fuck you, Cap.
Have your fingers
Ah,
not gotten strong enough to flip the tortillas?
I no, I haven't cooked. I haven't cooked actual food in so long.
Speaking of which, you see these like weird on an open fire, almost like campfire-esque, and being hovered over by two spits. You see these like soft yet firm flat pieces. They look almost like bread, but they're not.
Max
Puts
has
them
had
all
he's
puts
had
them all
them.
in a basket. Go ahead. He's had what?
He's had them.
His head.
Flatbread.
He's served with Florgosians. He's eaten this food.
He's.
We're,
I'm.
we're in it to win it.
eh, They're
I
literally.
The fire is literally reaching to them, so they have a nice char to them. And she doesn't care if fucking she'll just flip them over across that spit before she puts them all in the basket and then gives them over to you like use this as like your bread. Enjoy. And then the two of you will be able to work off those calories and all those vitamins so you could become strong. Fuerte.
Plaza Azteca. I'm just looking up any local Mexican places now. I want something chicken now for tomorrow.
I'll say this right now. At least for Max, unless you tell her to stop, which you don't ever tell them to stop. There is a way that you tell them to stop, and you know it. She's gonna slap down onto your plate at least maybe like three of those chickens, served in halves in different courses. And Ink, in terms of the slices, you probably eat like a chicken and a half.
I'm eating ravenously. By the time more chicken comes, they just use now they're just using their tentacles to just grab the chicken.
Your
They
your
look
mother
so
your mother
they
and
look
father are sitting right next to you, just witnessing the two of you just chow down. Your father laughing while your mother looks very worried for the amount of food that you are consuming, Maxilon. And Frida goes around like, "Would you like more?"
I'm afraid if I eat anymore, I'll die, Abuela.
Hmm. And she goes ahead and she looks at your plate. She looks at your face, reaches over and taps you on the chest, then your belly. Mm, all right then, mijo. I understand. And you, Incubi?
That they're practically painting. It was delicious. I haven't eaten that much, and I don't think I've ever eaten that much, but it was so good. They just look really satisfied.
You love Abuela Frida's cooking?
Very. That that was some of the best food I've had.
She goes ahead and puts down the already now cooled off pot on the table. Well, why don't you give me a hug? You say thank you.
Uh-oh.
They, for a second, they're like, okay, as they just give them a hug. Uh,
Frida's ver- Frida's very gentle with you in terms of like she knows you're full and she knows that in comparison to the Zerestries, you're a lot more scrawny. So it's very warm and gentle for you.
are you trying to? I'll say it later, but they give the hug and they um, thank you for the food. Uh, I very much appreciate it.
Not to worry. I came by because I was trying to reconnect with an old friend. You wouldn't believe it, son. She was able to find me, and she didn't even know where I was.
Um, sorry, I'm working off all that food. Um,
Oh my goodness, are you okay, my boy? Says your mom.
better than I have been in a while. Um, I I think it's a little bit of good fortune that Frida is here. I've actually been considering going to Flargos. Incubi here holds a different opinion, thinks we should travel to Naturia. What do you think, Frida?
And she goes ahead and just thinks for herself. Well, I neither care for technology, and I'm not a expert in magic. Honestly, though, I do worry a little bit about what goes on in Flargos. My peaceful village always getting bombarded by raiders every now and then.
We had heard about this insurgent and their
Yeah,
fight against Iris.
yes. I did hear word about that. I believe my one of my grandsons is actually a part of that rebellion. I do worry for him. I do hope he comes back home.
And hopefully we can assure that happens, right, Ink?
For there, just the expression for you, I is like, I can't believe you used her against me. They don't say anything, but
Make a
that
promise
look.
to her, you son of a bitch.
You're an ass. This is an asshole move. You fucking make her my abuela and then you use her against me. This
Yes,
is
I do,
I'm
you son of a
laughing
bitch.
so hard.
what the fuck is the 5D chess here? You can. I hate. I hate you, but in character, they're just like, yes, we're happy to help out in any way. They are going to
now,
get.
you son of a bitch.
The look they're giving you, I'm going to get you back for this, you son of a bitch. I won't kill you. but I'll get you back. Like, this is some fucking next level guilting. Fucking give me a nice grandma, have her make some great food, then fucking use that against me. I will remember this in and out of character, Flunky. You don't think I will
You
find
just
a
got a
way to
Telltale Games text box up in the corner. Anybody will remember this.
Thank you, I will remember.
this is can't take this anymore. They're fucking Oh, it's
That
fun
gif
for
is
you.
basically just me right now to Max. You son of a bitch.
use if it
Ah.
means more fucking abuela and more food, they're like
She gives you she looks very happy when you say that you'll help her. Like, you'll help me, you'll help protect my grandson if you do visit Flargos.
Of course.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And she gives, since Incubi is still in her arm, she gives Incubi a kiss on the forehead.
they just
Um,
the blush they have is that of like yeah.
what's your
Uh,
grandson's name, Miss Frida? I just want to be able to find him when we go.
We simply call him by his nickname, Toro.
And with a grandmother like you, I figured his name would be Oso.
Uh, well, I do have a grandson by the name of Oso. But Toro is more fitting for this one, for, well, obvious reasons. Let's see, as a matter of fact, who can I remember right now? There's Toro, there's Oso,
Pancho.
yeah, Pancho, there's Ballena, there's Flaco, there's Gordo.
Why can't we ever have anything good? Why can't we ever just have like a salad or something?
like,
She looks at you like a salad.
No, I'm quoting Nacho Libre. Leave me alone.
Oh, but she,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it
but
together.
but if you were to say that as like, oh, you want something cold with veggies? I got something right for you.
there's
And
more food.
yep, and she's going to go ahead and of course, fridges don't exist, but you do have like a
A fridge is.
uh,
I don't. There is absolutely no reason for fridges not to exist. It's a box
Yeah,
with some runes of cold on it.
yeah.
okay. Well, I was gonna say that
Ice spot,
you do have,
ice
yeah, you
spot.
do at least have a cooling system in the form of an ice box. So you got a big ass block on one level, and then the food that you want to keep cold in the neck and the other level. So before you correct me, Mister, I'm so happy to have
Oh god.
Orca Abuela. She's gonna slide you over a dish in a small plate, which is like a Tupperware of cured seafood with onions, peppers, and
You son of a bitch.
yeah. So smile, shut the fuck up, and kiss your abuela.
Does it have cucumbers?
Yes.
Oh, kisses, kisses, kisses.
You know what's my I know this is off topic. You know what's my favorite thing about ordering from an actual Mexican place? They have the Coca-Colas that are still in the glass bottles.
You can just go buy those.
Yeah, but they don't have them like on
Do you not?
order.
Do you not have like a caniceria next to you?
Do you not have a
No.
Mexican grocery store?
You don't have a Marcaton?
You've already mocked me for being in Connecticut. You know the answer.
You know what? We're not surprised. Yep, we shouldn't be surprised.
This fuck
White ass
y'all.
state.
Zero.
You know what? Actually, I don't miss Florida right now, but I miss having all those kinds of places around.
Yes.
I can.
Do you want grandma?
Hmm?
Do you want abuela?
I would, but I sadly have to go to bed.
You
All
must.
right, buddy. I hope you enjoyed that emotional stuff I did for you with Torpedo and Gums.
I really did. I appreciate it very much, Cap.
So,
I think this is just about a good point since Stag's
yeah.
gone and Zero's got to go. We can
Yeah.
do
Actually,
the
just
night
a real,
watch stuff later.
just a real quick thing. Just so Bravigi doesn't get to miss out on Buella, could we just call in the interim between this session next? We could just call him over.
Yeah, we could say that at least just to wrap it up. You guys could at least invite since you don't want to
We
overcrowd
don't.
the. You could at least call for either 2 or 3 more people. No, just 2. Yeah, just 2 people if you
Good
want to do
night,
the line.
all.
We can
Good night,
bring.
man.
Yeah, yeah. We could bring them over. That way they can get some food too. Because now all I can think about is just Mexican dishes. It's
Imagine
You're
just
gonna.
so.
Berbiggy is like on his way back and it's just like, hey, we need you to go this way. What? Okay.
Oh,
And even
He gets a
before
call, and all the call says is chilaquiles.
tortas de
ta-
fajita.
If she
tacos.
not a torta, no me importa, homie.
Me queda
Uh,
la macho. Alright,
let's
good
see.
night.
Good night.
Where's a place? I want to. I need to find any place around that
I'm
sells
sorry, I'm
fucking.
laughing so hard.
Move to a real state.
Listen, there's got to be some place. Hefe takeout. Oh, they do have chicken, and they got
Anyway,
Spanish rice.
uh, Frida's gonna like again with the small container of this cured seafood. Looks to you and goes like, "Now I know you said you're full, but do you want it?
Yes, please.
Please, que
Yes, please.
y soy tú."
See.
Okay, hands
He's
it over.
speaking Orcish.
He's fucking. He's done. He's done, bro.
I've had
He's
real women in my life speak to me like that. She didn't even call me guapo. Come on, man.
he's done. It's over.
Look, there's nothing in my life that will humble me more than an abuela.
It's. I mean, it's
Hey man,
true, but
you will never get like such compliments out of anybody but an abuela. That she just looks at you and be like,
When I turned 16 and started working at McDonald's, it was just the entire managerial team was like 50-year-old Mexican ladies, and they loved me more than I've ever been loved in my entire life.
Yeah,
it's.
yeah, I believe that. They just look at you every day. It's like, mira, mijo, qué tan guapo. Mira, creciste mucho.
Yes. Those women loved me in a way that I've never been loved since.
Ah, I just. Yeah, I do. Now I do miss my
I went
grandmother.
to the same McDonald's 10 years later. She's still there. She still loves me.
Es mi mijo. I haven't seen you in so long. ¿Qué pasó?
I know.
I know exactly the first thing that she says to you when she sees you, and I
Ah,
Yeah, and then when I told you her name, you told me to not do that because it's your mom's name.
Oh.
Okay, to be fair, I was completely caught off guard because I didn't know it was gonna be the same as my mom's name. Okay.
Yeah, that's because there's like 4 mom names.
it do happen. You do have the Martha situation.
But either way, yeah.
I know 17 Tito's.
Boy, I know
For you.
34. Boy, I know 34 Jose's. Get on my level.
Where's Bravini and the travel plans here?
I think we're.
Hey, are you still?
Are we done
still
with the
streaming?
session, or are we?
I am still
you
streaming,
You're
yes.
hungry.
Okay, good. Cause no, wait, not good. I was gonna make a joke.
Okay, go ahead.
Please
No,
do
I
not
can't
make.
do it while they're
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the end of session, so if you want to just cut it off, you can cut it off.
Well, no, thought we were gonna do something with Bravini, but okay.
Oh, right, I forgot. Yeah, someone call him so that way you could just invite
Mm.
Berbigi and a +1.
The
Whichever you
punchline,
guys
the
want.
punchline of the joke is just Juan.
I think
Oh,
for now.
that's not offensive. Fucking.
Yeah,
bitch,
but it
fuck-
might be offensive, like Twitch TOS. is
Yeah.
stupid.
Listen. Hey, they can't complain because you got the seal of approval from me, okay? Because you
They
only
can't
have
complain. Please do not make them.
This is
I kn-
not the first pass I've gotten.
You only live one.
Okay. We will just. I think we would probably bring. I guess Bravigi, Arya. Is.
I mean, I
Or
can't
like
grab
Hobby,
Arya.
Benny.
Since Stag left early, we'll invite Stag because I want to include Stag. I know Stag had to leave because I did start
Deck's
an hour late.
asleep.
Stag has an early day,
But
so
for-
they had to go to bed.
For next session, you goof.
They just all come in. They'd find Ink scarfing down more food. Max probably having more food.
Also, we're about to have ads in about 4 minutes.
And there's ads in 4 minutes.
What the fuck is this text thread, bro?
What?
You said that I had the seal of approval, and I said that's not the first time I've gotten the pass, so I sent to you the other time, which was like a week ago.
Mm. I'm so hungry right now.
I mean, they're not. I mean, to be fair, even if someone were to say any of those to me, I mean, I'm not even offended. I mean, it's like.
What if I call you Latinx?
I'm
Oh my god,
going
what
to
the
hurt
fuck?
him.
I'm gonna castrate
will-
you.
I know, that's the only one that gets him.
There is not. I might not be all that much Spanish, but even that makes my blood boil in a way I can't describe properly.
Oh my god.
Question.
hold on.
Is the other
Hold on.
Zoroastrian estate in
Hold on,
Luz?
hold on. Guys.
Right.
I think I found. There's not many in existence right now because the news just. No. I found the perfect one. Oh my god.
What'd you find?
I'm gonna put it in FBR images.
Is it food?
Oh, that's pretty good. But yeah, the quintessential abuela right there.
Yeah, it's Abuela Orc.
Hell yeah!
I might fucking get
Get
Frida.
that fucking AI generated slop out of here.
Is it? I don't
Is
know
it?
anymore. It's getting too uncanny, and that's the
No,
scary
that's
part.
very clearly AI art. It's not uncanny. That's slop.
Well,
You
I'm
need
not
to have
looking
better
at-
media literacy.
Well, I've lost it. Okay.
Okay, here.
Point
how about
is,
this one?
we
This
will
one.
Is this more AI art?
No, I got this one off. Well, I don't know. I didn't. It wasn't.
That
on
one
any
looks. No, look at the picture frame. That's AI.
We need. You know what?
There needs
I
to be a
might
way of
get-
just not finding AI images on Google. It's
We
a
will
hassle.
get an artist. We will get an artist to draw Frida. We will actually contribute to art because she deserves it. She deserves the world.
Zawado.
Yes, she does. Like Ink is feeling the love and the warmth, and it's strange, and all they want to do is just eat anything they're given.
All right, I gotta go do laundry. I
Yeah.
have to work in the morning.
Alright, you do
Yep.
that.
Ugh,
I was
I'm
waiting to play my character, guys. It's been 2 weeks.
We can still get you food.
I'm sorry, it's my fault because I
Good
had to
love.
fucking do it. I had to do a recording. I had to.
I
Take,
didn't think I was gonna be in this session.
Well, guess
I
what you
don't-
were because I remember that Ink had to go to your family's estate to give the gift. I remember I had to get to fucking Beaker because he wanted to meet up with his goblin buddies. I mean, to be
All right.
fair, it covered ground because there's gonna be a big surprise for everybody in the introduction of a new character, a familiar character, and then you guys are gonna start planning your first steps into finding out about Cillian and Wagner. So
Wait, do
that
I
way
have
you
to
Right.
do
get.
this character?
What do you mean?
I'm
Who's
confused on where I'm even
who's
going right
doing?
now in character. Where am
Okay,
I?
what do you mean by what do you mean doing the character?
You said a
Is
new
it?
character, a familiar character.
Yeah, that's from that everybody
Is
is
it
familiar with.
is it me?
The point.
No, it's not yourself.
I'm
The
confused.
point is the moment Bravigi gets first dibs on the scene for next session. We can at least promise that, right?
He
Yes,
does.
we're
Good.
gonna.
I've been fucking fiending for weeks.
I I didn't expect it. Okay, man. I
Relax.
did
It's only
not. I
been
was like,
it's okay. Relax. It's only been 2 weeks because I've been sick for a long ass time. I asked for the time off so that way I could not cough as much and I didn't sound like shit.
at least give Bravigi something.
I just want to
I
know
don't
where I'm
know.
going right now. I feel like I'm where in the world is Carmen San Diego, but it's Rafiki.
Yeah, where
Uh,
is
where's
Bravigi?
Bravigi? He's in a random tavern getting fucked by the goddess of goblins.
What the? You just went to. Why didn't you just go back to your room? Why does it have to be in a tavern?
Because it's
In
Because
still the
fact,
we're
same.
considerate
It's
of
still,
Max's home. How about that?
it's still the same. It's still the same thing. You dumb fucks. It's still the same day.
listen, you could just do it in the
That's why I
garden.
was answering Ink earlier, and out of context, they were asking, "Where is Bravigi right now?" I'm like, "With Gala or on the way to Max's house, depending on what fucking time it is."
I would, I would imagine you just. I would imagine you're in bed with Gala, and you just get a call, and you're like,
Just get a call, and all it says
yeah,
is Tres Leches.
and it just says
It's like, what
something
the
in
fuck is Tres
Spanish.
Leches?
Yep. The point is, you got goddess sex. At least you got that.
Okay, we don't have to hammer that in.
Are you still
Is-
fucking
I'm
streaming?
still streaming.
Oh my.
I
Okay, you're just doing this to yourself at this point. You could have ended a
yeah
long ass time ago.
yeah.
I thought we were going longer. I'm gonna find a raid
It's
target. Fuck
funny.
you both.
Go.
These fucking assholes. This is why we say it's an 18 plus stream. We're not gonna go into detail about it. Don't ask about it. Let's find somebody to fucking stream because these guys are fucking goobers. You can tell they're getting sleep deprived. The more sleep deprived they get, the more degenerate they become. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I'm scared of TOS. Which honestly, nothing they said crossed it, but let's find somebody to go to. There are so many goblins I know that are streaming right now. Look at them all. Look at them go. Details. We need details. You're not getting them. It's cut to black. It's been cut to black. We're gonna go invade. Actually, what is this person even doing? I don't know what that person's doing. I know who we're gonna go try and invade. Hang on. Or raid. God, Dark Souls on the brain. Send help. There we go. We're gonna go say hi to Silsey, who's currently drawing. Thank you who came out to watch. I appreciate it. Sorry that things got a little chaotic near the end. Stay awesome. And until next time, hop, hop, hop!